the first comedian tonight. Well, today, actually. But because I'm very bad at opening spaces, I'm just good at residing in them. And if you've seen my sets around Iowa City, you'll know that I talk fairly openly about my experience with therapy. Now, it's hard doing comedy when you're in, like, a healthy mindset. Because you get past that difficult part, and there's no real way to explain the difficult part other than you just feel like a dog chasing a car. You're told by your therapist, who is your owner, that you have severe depression because of your experiences as a child. Go catch the car. And you're running, you catch up to the car and you're like, what do I do now? Yeah. My therapist, her name is Shallon. I love her very much, but I firmly believe that she loves to psychologically bitch slap me in the face. The other day, she sat me down and she's like, Liv, I want to challenge you. I'm a Virgo, so I love challenge. She says, Olivia, I challenge you to cut out contempt. To which I contempt is the hardest thing to get rid of because I live in the constant state of disgust. You know, like, the other day, I was in the grocery store, and I was in a completely wonderful mood, and this guy walks in, and he has a mullet. And you can just tell by how that he is holding himself that he's so fucking proud of this mullet. Never have I ever wanted to curb check someone in my entire life. But no, my family loves to tell me that I am the human embodiment of Tinkerbell, which is fine. I love Tinkerbell. I think she's sweet. To an extent. I think she loves her friends and she just wants to genuinely have a great time. But every so often a Wendy comes along who wants to talk to your Peter. And you just want to yank her by the hair and be like, bitch, if you think you're flying, you got another thing coming. And Peter, if you think that Captain Hook is your only enemy, wait till you see my right hook. Yeah, I've always had an attitude. I'm pretty sure that I was like born into the world with an eye roll. I just saw my parents and I was just like, oh. I guess I'll just scream off the top of my lungs to make everyone around me miserable. No, but like, with those hard parts of therapy come the great parts, you know? Like, the more you work on yourself, the more you realize those weird quirks come back out that you had when you were like 13 and happy and life hadn't happened to you yet. You know, like when I was 13, I was incredibly nerdy, incredibly weird, and like, I was a prep, but on the inside I was emo. And I was nerdy. My emo boy icon was Bruce Wayne. Believe it or not, Brucey and I have a lot in common. First of all, yes, Bruce, I too just want to sit in my bat cave alone, away from everybody else, and play with my gadgets. But like, I also have fairly similar enemies to Bruce. His obviously being the Joker. Mine at the time was the 14-year-old boy that broke my heart. But hey, they're both chaotic fucking clowns. I won. But yeah, when I was 13, I was genuinely happy. And then, like, around 14, you know, I transferred schools because I went to Catholic school, sadly. You can't tell by everything about me. And I didn't really fit in with the girls at my school, my new school. I was just weird, dorky, and nerdy, and, like, even with the books that we would read, other girls were reading, like, I don't know, Twilight, 13 Reasons Why was a big one. Not Olivia. Olivia was reading, like, Helter Skelter, or The Devil in the White City, which, if you know those books, they're about the Manson murders and the very first documented serial killer in the United States of America. There is a lot going on. But No, like, through work and therapy, you realize that, like, your weirdness is what makes you unique and what makes you happy in life. And, you know, everybody has a seat at the table to feel good about themselves. Even cocky assholes that have mullets. And like I said, I think that I developed this like intimidating, bitchy, unapproachable exterior as a way of hiding the fact that deep down, I was a Dorcas. You know, like I was weird and shy and people scared me. And to end my set, I have a wonderful story that I'm going to share with you all about that. You should consider yourselves privileged because I don't share this story often. So when I was 16, I was on my way to get my driver's license. And you know, like mentally, I'm 13. There's no way I know how to drive a car. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I suck at driving. So we're on our way, and my birthday's around Labor Day weekend. So when we get to the DMV, it's more packed than usual, which only heightens your anxiety. So when the lady at the receptionist desk calls me up to take my picture, and at that point I'm killing it because I don't have to talk. And then she sends me back, and then she calls me up again to ask me the questions that they ask you when you are getting your license. One of the questions they ask you is, are you a resident of the United States? Now, like I said, when I'm scared, I get very airheaded and things just go. So when she asked me that, I thought she asked me who is the president of the United States. To which I answered, Barack Obama. And the last thing I remember is the concerned look on her face mixed with the laughter of my family in the background. But it was fun. All right, Charlie, come up and save me. Thank you very much.